There is so much we need to get into this weekend. I don't know if we're going to have time to get into all of it. I have news on the Olympics next month in China. With everything that has happened over the last couple of days, hell, over the last few years, I don't understand why countries are willingly sending people to communist China to compete in the Olympics. I don't get it. We'll get into that at some point, hopefully this weekend, unless, of course, plans change. Plans are always subject to change on the channel. Today, I wanted to get into Shannon Sharpe, Lieutenant Woke himself. While I'm thinking about it, let me get this out of the way real quick. I usually save the self-promotion for the end of the video, but I keep forgetting about Patreon, and I just thought about it. The Patreon link is in the description of the video below. If you feel I provide valuable information here on the channel, or I entertain you for 20 to 25 minutes every day, take your mind off of life's everyday problems, or if you think I'm out of my mind and you just come here to laugh at me, whatever the reason, whatever the case may be, if you want to support the channel financially, head on over to Patreon and donate whatever you're comfortable donating. Always optional, but always appreciated. Okay. Lieutenant Woke. These people never cease to amaze me. They can spin anything into a racial issue. Mayonnaise is racist because it's white. Vanilla ice cream, vanilla ice, M&M, snow. In their minds, anything white is evil. Somehow, in the mind of Shannon Sharpe, even being a sore loser can have racial connotations. We all know that Tom Brady doesn't like to lose. He loses his temper. Hell, when he was in New England, the Patriots went out of their way numerous times to gain a competitive advantage. I have never seen an elite athlete, a legendary player, who just enjoyed losing. It's not in their DNA. It's not in their makeup. Now, I know people will say, well, KC, no one likes to lose. Well, that's true, but losing doesn't bother most people. If you don't believe me, just log on to your Twitter account. Twitter is full of losers in life. Spanking off to OnlyFans, making $8 an hour as a social justice warrior who looks for things to be offended by. Twitter virgins, they don't care that they're losers. It's all they know how to be. I'm going to play a couple of clips of Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to show you where in the span of about a minute, 60 seconds, he completely contradicts himself. Like I said, the topic here is the behavior of Tom Brady, throwing iPads, telling Dennis Allen to go fuck himself a few weeks ago, not shaking Nick Foles' hand after losing the Super Bowl. That's what brought this topic up. Essentially, Tom Brady is a sore loser. That's what the topic is. Now, us normal people, we would just leave it there. Tom Brady doesn't like to lose. He's a sore loser. He throws temper tantrums. Who cares? But that's not how the mind of a social justice warrior works. I present to you the logic of a dumbass. Roll the clip.
There's a lot of things that he does that gets written off as that's passion, that's competitive, that's bull jive, and we would not let that fly. Had Cam Newton or Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray runs to the opposing sideline and tells a coach, go bleep yourself, smashes an iPad. Boy, they'd had a petition. They had to get him up out of the league. He got to go. How dare you talk to somebody like that? But Tom Brady gets a pass. That's just a competitive fire. I just love that about it. That's some bull jive, and y'all know it.
Okay, so you see the logic here. A black quarterback, according to Shannon Sharpe, a black quarterback would not get the same pass as Tom Brady because of their skin color. Tom Brady only gets a pass because he's white. Now, I'm going to go into this more in just a second, but I want to show you Shannon Sharpe contradicting his own point.
There's no possible way that a black quarterback can do some of the things that Tom Brady did and get away with it. But here's again, I say sports are a microcosm of society because when you've accomplished a certain level of success, be it fame, be it money, you're allowed to treat certain people a certain way. That's how it is in society. So why should we expect it to be any other way in professional sports?
I actually agree with him here. This is 100% true in all aspects of life. I'll give you an example. I have a little part-time job that I do from home. I only do it, a couple of mornings every week. I picked it up last summer when I quit my full-time job to work for myself. I just wanted the added money in case, I fell flat on my ass, didn't make it. I don't really need the job anymore, but I actually enjoy it, so I keep doing it. Even though I only work a couple of mornings each week, I regularly miss days. Something comes up, life happens, whatever the case may be. Over the last 3 months, I have missed 9 shifts. I was only scheduled for 24. You do the math. That is a lot of time missed. Now, you know why they haven't fired me? Number one, they're a great company, good people. But number two, I'm number one in the department damn near every week. I get a pass because when I'm there, I get results. They know I'm going to give them 110% when I'm there. It's the same thing in sports. Tom Brady gets a pass because Tom Brady is winning Super Bowls every other season. It has absolutely nothing to do with him being white. Now, I cannot believe that I'm about to agree with Skip Bayless here, but he actually made a great counterpoint to Shannon Sharpe's bullshit theory. Usually, Skip Bayless is sitting right there to be the great white sympathizer when Shannon Sharpe gets to bitching about white privilege. I don't need to explain it. You guys know how it usually goes. Oh, Shannon, I am sorry for my white privilege. Please accept me into your club. Please get the virgins and losers on Twitter to quit hating me. I want so desperately to be in your bed so you can keep me warm at night. But even Skip Bayless could not go along with Shannon Sharpe here. He brought up the fact that Michael Jordan was given a pass. For the majority of his career, you couldn't find negative press about Michael Jordan. Now, sure, you had the gambling, stuff like that, but back in the 90s, you didn't hear about how Michael Jordan bullied his teammates, bullied his opponents, members of the media. Say what you want about Nike, but their marketing strategy with Michael Jordan was absolutely brilliant. They marketed him as an icon that could do no wrong, Black Jesus. Skip Bayless, he actually accomplished something that I didn't think would ever be accomplished. He was able to get Shannon Sharpe, a notorious liar, to tell the truth on air. He asked Shannon Sharpe what color Michael Jordan was. Shannon Sharpe replied that Michael Jordan was black. I couldn't believe it. A rare moment of truth from the father of lies. But it's not just Michael Jordan who's given a pass because of his greatness, and not his skin color, by the way, because of his greatness. Not just Michael Jordan. Ray Lewis was on trial for murder. There are allegations that Steph Curry is a philanderer. Oh, I'll go one better. Drew Brees had an NFL career that spanned 3 decades, spotless reputation. You couldn't find anyone with a bad thing to say about Drew Brees. Now, what happened in the summer of 2020? Drew Brees was being interviewed by Yahoo. He made comments about players in the NFL kneeling for the national anthem. He said, him personally, he couldn't do that himself because of the military background in his family. He stood for the national anthem as a way to honor the military. Harmless, innocuous comments. Drew Brees had been saying the same thing since 2016 when the kneeling for the national anthem started. This was nothing new. But if you saw the reaction of Shannon Sharpe, you would have thought Drew Brees was stealing food from starving children in Ethiopia. I am so outraged. How could Drew Brees say something so racist? I don't remember Drew Brees being given a pass. I don't remember him having white privilege in that situation. Matter of fact, Drew Brees was condemned by Shannon Sharpe because he was white and said what he said. Now, I know Shannon Sharpe was talking about Tom Brady being a sore loser and being given a pass because of his white privilege. And on the surface, some of my examples are different. I know that. But the ideology is the same. This has nothing to do with Tom Brady being a sore loser. Who gives a shit about that anyway? Too much emphasis is put on post-game handshakes. Out of a 53-man roster, I can guarantee you not every player shakes hands after the game. Hell, Antonio Brown just dipped in the third quarter a few weeks ago. I didn't see him shaking hands. But this isn't about that. This is another opportunity for Shannon Sharpe to inject race into a conversation that has nothing to do with race. It never ends. How many times do we have to have this same conversation? If anyone is given a pass because of race, it's Shannon Sharpe. This dude constantly pushes a false narrative on national television and on social media, and no one ever calls him out for it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Shannon Sharpe contradicting himself in the span of 60 seconds. Also, do you think Tom Brady is given a pass because of his white privilege, or is it because of his success? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.